So again, hey YouTube, hey Instagram. Let me get myself together over here on Facebook. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. As y'all see the title, Receipts, Reality, and the Next Move. So thank you all so much for being here. I just want to be, if you know me already, well, let me just say this. My name is Marian E. King. I am who I am. I am currently, I come from service, years of service. I was in the customer service line of work in all facets for over 24 years. So in those, I have experienced communication, telecommunications, cable. I can't even think of all the things now, but everything except for transportation. So I decided that I was going to start the business and get into transportation as an independent dispatcher. And since I've been in it, I have learned a lot of things. I have worked with hotshot and box truck carriers, and I am starting on Monday. I'll be starting to work with a power only. I have written a couple books because since I've been in this industry, I realized that my kind of purpose and passion is the service and the customer service portion. So although I do independent dispatch, I do disperse information, my strength is service, showing people how to be of service, what you need to say, rebuttals, how to talk to people, because in those over 24 years, I was a trainer, I was in quality, I was in management. So these are the things that, a lot of people have trouble with. Oh, let me put this title. Receipt. I'm sorry, y'all. Receipts. Reality. The next move. I'm messing up. Okay. Use the camera. Describe. Okay, Facebook is making me do too much. Receipts. Reality. The next move. Okay, here we go. So, hey, I try to level all of the things so I can just kind of look across and make sure that I'm paying attention. So yes, so as I was saying, Facebook is coming on now, so I will pause for just a moment. All right, here we go. So again, I was saying, those of you who know me probably on Facebook is Marian E. King. I was just talking about the things that I do and what my strengths are. So right, I'm saying that I had written a couple of books. They are to help you in your independent dispatching or just your service in the industry. So one of those books is with the box truck. It's called Marian and the Box Truck. You can find it on ISSUU. I will post it for those who are interested. And I have another one that is called My Homeboy Said. And the one that My Homeboy Said is about how to get carriers, how to handle rebuttals, how to just do the things to be of service and know if you are the ideal person for anybody that is in need of an independent dispatcher or in need of anybody in an administrative role, and for you to also see if that person or their business is who you want to deal with. And it helps, like I said, along with rebuttals. So I just came on here today for a couple of things. I want to first say that my service, I'm Marian E. King. I'm going to, I put a post up yesterday and I asked a question from, knowing me, knowing what you have seen from me now, you have experienced from me now. If I were to offer something, an exclusive service, would it be something that you were interested in? There was a reason that I asked that question, and I'm going to get into it. For those of you who saw my post on Instagram and on Facebook, on my Facebook business page. I posted some receipts. I have a whole lot of receipts, but I just posted those, so you can see and understand where I'm going to be going. So first, before I get into it, I want to say that I am Marian E. King. My independent dispatching business is Emmteenestlogistics. Now, I am in partnership of another business called Emmteenestlogistics-Marian. I need for people to understand that these are two separate things. So what I come on and talk about under my name and under my business, if you want to be into any kind of things with me, contact me directly. Do not email or cross it up with Emmteenestlogistics. Emmteenestlogistics is totally different. It has its own page, its own email, its own everything. What I'm doing here today and what I'm talking about today is a me, Marian E. King thing. And I'm going to be at some point separating it from my dispatcher business and leave my dispatcher's business exclusive, and then just have a separate thing where I can assist you and teach you and be y'all know I'm not really into titles, but one might call it mentoring and coaching, but I'm just going to call it conversation because I'm not quite comfortable with any of those things just yet. So again, let me get into why I came on here, because I never want to be before you long. So as you can see, the name of the the live is Receipts, Reality, and the Next Move. So I wanted to talk. I've been around. I had a group, and I'm going to explain the receipts now. I was going to try to just show it on the screen, but I don't know if everybody able to see that, and I can talk about it, and you can go back and look at the receipts. Anyway, I came out. I had a bit, I had my getting my name out there. I was, bent on helping others and making sure that they had the information and helping them, do the things concerning their business. Then I, was, at first it was all free. This is what I thought it was about. And then I realized that there was more to it than I was doing. And some people, due to requests, were saying that they wanted more from me and they wanted me to teach them how to do things. So at that point, I developed a training program, not, program, just a training situation. Well, it was $350. I partnered with someone else because I was unsure of what, all it entailed, but I know how to do it well now on my own or with someone else. Again, Emmteenestlogistics education is the education portion. We now changed that to where we do still do the education for freight brokering as well as dispatching, but it is in group settings of 25 or more these days, because as you will learn in your business, we learn, we grow. Again, back to Marian E. King and just Marian E. King, Emmteenest LLC. So I realized and I discovered through that people wanted more from me. I began that. Then I, started listening and taking requests from people, and they were like, oh, I need this from you. Oh, I would like that. So I started developing and creating things, for the needs that I knew personally, because if you know me, I talk, speak, teach, coach, whatever it is that you want to call it, through experience and application. I have 24 years of experience in quality, admin, customer service, cold calling, train, all of that. That is what I can do. That is what I am excellent at. Right now, I could teach a whole room full of people. And I also realize that in this, people do not have good service. If you heard me speak before, I have talked about how getting into this industry and working for yourself and working from home, people think that they could just come and just do this, and they don't, understand or realize that you need to be able to talk to people, know what to say to people, know how to rebuttal things, be ready for adversity, all of the things that I have 24 years worth of experience in, sales, all of that. So this is what I know how to do. This is what I can offer somebody to do right now, which will help them out tremendously in their business. What I wanted to show today is the receipts and the reality. So in that group, I had grown it up to like 700, almost 800 people. At the beginning of May, I made a post because also, if you know me, I am a huge fan of affirmations and speaking to what you want, put it in the atmosphere. So I began to realize that after those experiences, the reciprocity was not there. I was not receiving back in what I was putting out. So I had said for the month of May, which just so happened to be Mental Health Month, but I had not connected the two at the time that I made this statement. But I made a post in that group. At that time, it was, like I said, almost 800 and something people. I had said, because I realized also that there was some things that I needed to change because, again, reciprocity. So I put reciprocity. From that moment forward, I was going, speaking to the atmosphere that I was going to receive in what I was putting out. Because there was no reason for those under the sound of my voice or under the sound of my font were being successful, and what I was giving out was not being reciprocated. I was not getting. Now, let me say this before I say it. I can't make anybody do anything. I'm getting there January. I'm January. Tamika, January. I'll call you what I see. We'll get there in a second because I'm getting to the reason that I asked that also. I'm going to tell all of the things first, and then I got you. People would get in there. I was talking to carriers. I was giving information to carriers, brokers, and dispatchers. Okay. So, there wasn't any, a lot of reciprocity. People were being successful, getting what they needed from me, and then going to other places and paying other things. And I would see them in all of these groups, some, just different things, but no one was coming back. The giving was going and the getting was good, but there was no, coming back. Nobody would tell people about me too much. Let me pause right here. When I say you can't make anybody do anything, now there were a few people at the beginning who were requesting the training courses from me who did follow up, and I have numbers. I can find them. So I will say out of the whole training for independent dispatching, maybe like 30 people took the course, and that started in January and it ran all the way until April. Then there was requests for brokering. Offered that, I think so far maybe 4 people, and that is again Emmteenestlogistics, so a Marian thing. So I was also in partnership when I was doing those training classes. So although there was 30 people, understand there was a partnership. So although 30 people paid $350, I did not receive, all of the funds, which is fine. Understood. I was in partnership. This is fine. To understand it. That's what we're doing. And I'm also talking to you all so you all will know and understand kind of some of the expectations and the things that'll happen when you go into business and what you need to do. I'm going to say from here, charge. And we're going to learn to understand why. Not charge in a way that you greedy and you sucking somebody in and you can't even answer one question and give them 5 or 6 minutes of your time charge. Not that kind of charge. But know and understand your worth, which was one of the things that I did not. There were plenty of that were telling me, but I was so stuck on, I just want to help the people. I just want to make sure people do the things right. I just want to make sure that your business is successful. Duly noted. So I did that. And then I was, I am a dispatcher as well. I come from service. So I started to notice long before I was doing this that there were certain things coming from corporate, coming from training. I knew and I realized that, when you got a class of 25 and 20 are not grasping and 5 are, as the trainer, as the leadership, you have to change something up. But if 20 are getting it and 5 are not, then you got to do a concentration on that 5 and see what you need to do and switch it up. So I had already had this mentality when I came in. So for those of you who have been following me for a while, you have probably seen and probably discovered me in different groups where I was saying, people don't like to use the DAT board because they don't know how to use it. I figured out how to use it, what was needed for the equipment that I was using. I submitted all of those things to people. People were happy about it. Oh, I can use DLT now. Like all of the things that I did for over 24 years are automatically in me. So I basically started doing those things. Even when I didn't have a carrier, I would go in groups and I would answer questions. And the way that I would present it, people would be drawn to me, but it is just me. I have said this maybe in a private setting, but I'm going to say it in public. The service and the person that I am and doing all of those years for corporate America, who I am and those things were already mine and in me. What was happening was I was instructed and directed by the owners of those companies in what way they wanted my gift to be used. Now I know that it's mine and I can use it how I want to, but we live and we learn. So I was doing that. So I started implementing things and putting things that were in my mind and that I knew how to do. If you all remember, knock the chill off. I started knock the chill off. I was operating. I did too much operating on an honesty system. Excuse me. So I created that because I saw the need. The need was something that I knew how to do. So I created a cold calling situation. I began to interview. As you all see, a lot of the things that I say come from me doing it for years. I realized last year when I took that freight brokering class, thinking that that's how I was going to enter into the role that I really wanted, which is to be of service, which is to train, which is to come in contact with those who need the gift that I have. I entered by way of freight brokering. Being that I was who I am and I did that service for all of those years, I realized in that class that there was a lot that those people that I had paid the money for were not telling us. They were telling us what equipment that we wanted to focus on, which was dry vans, reefers, and hot shots, because it was their experience. But what they did not tell me is how to get them. Another thing they offered was who they use for you to get your bond, who they use to factor, all of the things that would give them a kickback. But how do I, what do I say when I contacted people? So all of the things that I look into being who I am in a service and also teaching people what to look for, what to say and how to do it, I realized really quickly that there was not you're telling me to become a broker and you're telling me to contact shippers and work directly with carriers, but you're not telling me how. You're not telling me what to say to a carrier or what to say to a shipper. I could have presented a whole program by the time that 8 hours was over to enhance them a whole lot better than what they did. But at the end, what I said was, hey, Miss Teacher Lady, how you doing? There was a whole lot of holes in here that I could not fill. And I have some questions. And what did she say? Come over here to the side so I can talk to you, which means I don't need everybody else to hear me and everybody else to know that I really didn't teach y'all nothing. And I don't need you to say it out loud, which was fine. So she told me the things. I said, hey, this is not affordable for me. This doesn't make sense. And, you all failed to mention a whole lot of things in here. So she was like, oh, okay, well, I'm listening to you. And what I feel would be fine for you would be to do our dispatcher course. I'm like, okay, all right, boom, I'm here for that. So it was $99. It was online. I ain't going to say you get what you pay for because, I had a program that was $350 and we was giving a whole lot more than what was paid for. But that's just me. That's what I chose to pour in. And now I'm creating things to offer that. But we're going to get there in a minute. So I took the class. I took the online immediately. I took the freight broker class the weekend of February 28th, 2020. That was like on a Saturday. And then that Monday, which was like the 1st of March or something like that, I took the dispatcher course. So while I was on the dispatcher course, I realized really quickly that I had paid $99 for essentially nothing, because the $99, the program was just telling me how to set up the business, make sure I get an email, make sure I get an LLC, all of the things that I had already done and I had already had. I will not completely knock the program because it did give me definitions, and it got me on the journey that I needed to really do my own research, which is really why I speak differently and I have thought processes that are different on other people. And I don't mind sharing information because there is nothing that I have that you cannot have or that you cannot find. I also became an advocate of things. I started reading, looking into how carriers getting treated. I started looking into the industry. Now, let me tell you, these are things that my mind told me to do. Everybody does not operate the same way. Everybody does not function. But I realize and I understand that sometimes there are people like me are necessary, so I can tell the people the information, so I can give some kind of direction or something that can be thought-provoking, and you can move to the next level or find the things that you want to do in what you want to do. So I did that, and I did that from March all the way until July. Now, while I was doing these things, I was joining all these Facebook groups. I began to discover really quickly that it was a whole lot of, incorrect information, or not quite all of the information. People were out there baiting. They would give you just enough that you got to hit them in their inbox, and then they hit you with the payment for the next portion. Now, I will say, in some of my learning, in all of your get understanding, I have realized why people have to do that. Because just like there are people out here scamming and scheming on people, there are people who out here who have money to waste. From experience, there have been people that I came in contact with that paid me for things, or may have paid other people for things, and I see them in these groups still asking the same questions when they have access for free, or access to where they got the learning and where they got the understanding from, and they won't use it. So I realized that it's not always a scam. Sometimes it's just you. And in that, you have to understand that when you are chasing money, because that's what a lot of people who get in the industry do. What I'm finding out is one of the things I'm going to talk about today. You're chasing what somebody else showed you. And of course, they're only showing you what they need you to see so you can give them money to continue to live like they're living. There's a whole bunch of millionaire, billionaire, so they say, people out here, but nobody is talking about how to get there. You're telling me what to do to jump right into the funds, because just like that course, you ready to tell me that get a dry van, get a reefer, work with a hot shot. This is what you need to do. This is what you look for with these three things when you go on the DAT load board, and you should be making money quick. No, you need people like me who have been telling you all and talking to you all about the steps and the things since I started, because it's not no secret, and it is hard. It is hard as hell, and this is the part we need to know. Yeah, I don't know if you all caught me yet. I think it might have been Monday or Tuesday when I did the live and I talked about planning your way out of corporate America. Don't let nobody tell you to jump up out your job and jump into this. No, you operate at your own pace. You do what you need to do for your house, for your livelihood, for your relationships. Don't let nobody tell you the sugar with me ain't none. Ain't nothing sweet about what we do. Ain't nothing sweet about the process that I'm going through, that I will share and I continue to share with you all. There is nothing. So the reality is, let's talk about the receipts that I posted. So let me go back a little bit. So I was of service. I was giving valuable information for free for forever. Then I moved into the next portion. Now, let me tell you something. All of the people who have supported, I greatly appreciate you. And this is not a knock. This is just the reality and the steps that have been going on in my journey so far. There are, hey Fast, hey Bonita, hey Marian. When you get into certain things in certain situations and you put things out there. So I have been giving value, being of value, and then I moved in per request. There was the start. And I will say that those years of training and those years of service had prepared me, but I didn't feel like I was prepared because I was in a poor state of mind. I was still in the mindset that, there were so many things that I needed that I couldn't afford, so I don't want to do other people like that. But then I would see those same people go and pay $700, $1,100, $1,400, or begin to charge people from off of the information that I had been giving them, but still sitting. I'm from Florida, so it's what you call playing up under me. And playing up under me means I'm going to stick to you and stick on you and be where you are because I'm taking from you, but it's not mine. So I got to stick onto you because I need the next part. I need to throw this bait out here and make somebody feel like I know what it is I'm talking about. But I need to stick on to you because when they ask me certain questions, I'm going to come and ask the certain questions here. I'm going to get the answer and I'm going to go back and get paid. Not everybody. I'm just saying that there are variables. So coming into May, which was Mental Health Month, which at the beginning of Mental Health Month, I said I was, from that moment forward, I was operating in reciprocity. After I said that, I prayed a prayer and I asked God to reveal anything that I needed to see. What is hindering me? What will keep me from what? Take this fear away from me of asking my worth. Take, the things. This was private, but we talking about it public now because it happened. Be careful what you say and what you ask for and be prepared for it. So I put the reciprocity. I don't even think it was a week later that it was revealed to me that someone had taken all of that free information that I had given and created them a book. It knocked me down for the month of May. Do you hear me? I could not recover. I could not, because here I am. I had people encouraging me. I had people telling me, you need to be paid for what you work. Do you not realize that the things that you say and the things that you do and the time that you give are helping other people make money and you ain't making none? There's people who know. There's people who come in contact with me who say, let me pay you because you got a lot going on. Can I pay you for your time? But I didn't understand. The will and the want to help people so badly was overpowering me, being blessed for what I was doing, getting what I deserve and what I'm worth. But you got to learn a lesson. Got to learn a lesson. So that is what happened. So I posted in the group that now at this point was still almost 800 people. Mind you, almost 800 people saying, I want this from you. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I'm telling you what you're going to bring. You can't wait to support. So posted in the group, I had to make a change because there was too much money. That information was money. So much so that somebody seen the money and robbed the bank. Okay, all of these are lessons. So I got it. I make the change. I say, hey, we can't move like this no more. I got to make a separate situation. I need to be compensated for what I'm posting here. Now I'm going in stages because you see, I started from free and I'm going somewhere because it show you that numbers don't mean support. It show you that people need to do because they're going to say a whole lot. Put that up. Well, I didn't put it up. I said it was going to have to be a change. My partner went in and made a post for me. I was asleep. I woke up the next morning. Out of almost 800 people, there was only 400 and something left. Now, before this, did it tell you how people play on you? Before this, so many people kept saying that they wasn't being involved in the group because they couldn't see the posts. They couldn't never see what was going on. However, almost 800, $6 was asked for, and almost half of you left. That showed me that, no, you had decided that you weren't going to participate, and I was only good for the free that you could get from me. So y'all know I'm cost effective, and I'm fair about how I move, and I'm fair about how I do. So I put that. The people who paid full price for the courses, I allowed them to come in there because I appreciated them for being on it. So they paid $350, $450. They were allowed to come in the group, and anybody else who wanted to come, it was $6. Now, mind you, it's more than $6 worth of value I'm getting. I'm still dropping information. I'm still giving leads. And if you know, one lead will set you right and get you much more than I'm asking you for at any given moment. And although I do not vet the leads in the $6 group as thoroughly, it still gives you enough so you can have somebody to call. Also, I said there's a need. People are taking on any and everybody because they're desperate and things are going on and it's just not okay. Let me create this book. And I'm going to create this book and I'm going to put it in a way that gives power, punctual, and it's to the point. It's not, I pay for the service. I'm not getting any proceeds. So I don't have the financial backing and situation to go get you a hardback and get me a little reader. No. So I pay for my little program. ISSUU. I'm like, I can't worry about it being bootleg. I can't worry about it, but I'm going to charge you for $15 because I know it's more than $15 worth of information. In the books, I got how you the play-by-play, the step-by-step, how you interview somebody. This is what you say when they say they don't want to do this. This is what you do. This is how you find somebody on FMCSA. These are the words that you say when you contact them. If you don't know about the book, it's Power Pay. I put it for $15. Y'all see the receipts. From May 13th when I put it out to right now today, about 100 and something people said they wanted it and they needed it and they couldn't wait for it to come out. Right now to this day, I have 23 sales, maybe $170 from May the 13th to today. Again, I'm seeing what people are saying. I'm doing what I do, but the reciprocity is not there. It is okay because, again, you can't make nobody do nothing. You cannot make them. So I got you, Marian. I'll re-put it. So moving up to in the receipts. So I created a group. I had one group that was for $25, and I had the other one that was for the $6. So, and I still have my business page and my Instagram, which is still the free. Because although the reciprocity is not there, I am still mindful. Because I'm not going to let the chain of things that are happening, I'm not going to let the reap, although I'm sowing, not match up. Although I'm not, excelling and financially setting, that's not anybody's fault. I can't make anybody, but I'm still mindful. So I say I'm still going to make sure that there is a space for those who don't have $6, you still can get something. I'm not completely gone. I did not completely write you off. Well, as we see, so almost 400 something people left. So I archived the group because we going over here and I just don't have time to play. People do and say what they want to when they feel like they can say it. So I have had people contacting me. I'm not paying you. You gave all that. People bold. They are bold. I'm not paying for that. I can do it myself. I can find it myself. Yes, you can. You're not going to find what I'm talking about because if you have had the experience of my training class and you have had the experience of talking to me on private, I give a whole lot more than you're going to find. So when I see people say, you don't need to pay nobody, you can go on YouTube, you can go, and then I see you in those same groups, in those same spaces talking about my carrier didn't get paid, I didn't check the credit, don't nobody want to. You can YouTube university till you get tired. But if you are learning something from somebody who took something from somebody else and who is not walking in this, who do not live this every day, this is why I only talk to you all from experience and application. And as you can hear in my voice when I talk to you, I am passionate about what I do. Because if you operate in purpose, which I am purpose to do with service, is what my purpose is, and to show people many different ways to be of and in service. That is one thing, and I'm passionate about that purpose. Money gonna chase me down. All this did was help me realize that almost 800 people, guess what? They weren't my client. They weren't the ones for me. They aren't the ones who need what I have, because those who are the ones that need what I have, they looking for me. They gonna find me. They will. And I have to come back. Because I told you, made that whole situation, everything shut me down. And almost to the point where I stopped showing up. But I had to pray my way through that. Because guess what? There are people who are waiting on me. There are people who need me. And when they come, when they find me, they're not going to ask me how much you going to charge me. They're not going to ask me, oh, can I get a discount? They're going to say, what do you charge? How can I book you? How can I talk to you? How can I get with you? And you know how that's going to happen? Because I'm going to continue to be me. I'm going to continue to operate and know and understand the assignment. See, setbacks is part of the assignment. Backbiting and theft is part of the assignment. But if I press my way, I continue to show up. I continue to be me. I continue to pay other people to continue to teach me so I can come and share with you what I'm supposed to have and what's supposed to be mine will be mine. So I posted the receipts today because I'm going somewhere. I have people, like I said, people are bold. People are bold. They want to question you about why you stop doing something that helps them succeed while they step on you. People want to contact you. I archived the group almost a month ago. Do you know that there are people reaching out to me talking about, why did you close the group? That right there tells me a lot. The group has been closed almost a month, and you just now reaching out to me talking about what's going on. Why? You weren't the one. You didn't need to be in my presence. You didn't need to, and I left it as a courtesy, because those of you who are in there, or they who are still in there, the information is still there. I wasn't so nasty and so ugly to remove you from learning, because I need you to learn. I need you to know. I need you to understand. But what you will not get is the next thing. You will not get what you want to continue to grow and succeed with from me. Because let me tell you something. I don't know where y'all at, but my God, He's not going to give me a vision without provision. And it's coming. But I have to continue to show up. I actually had some people reach out to me and say, why should I pay you? Why should you pay me? Have you not seen me to pay? I don't have to, at this point, if you're not a new eye, and this ain't cocky, this ain't a flex, this God. If you haven't seen what I have provided by being a vessel up until this point, I'm not going to be able to explain that to you. I'm not going to be able to do it. The information is there, the posts are there, and I'm going to continue to show up. I am necessary. You are necessary. What you want to do, what you want to have, I don't want to be the blessing blocker. I don't want to shut down and you don't see me no more, and I am the piece to the puzzle that you needed, or you are the piece that I need. Out of being hurt, out of being shut down, out of being, it is part of the assignment. And if you do not go through the steps, if you do not follow and deal with and go through your process, you got to trust your process. See, this what I'm going through. This what I tell y'all. What people do any kind of way, say anything, don't pay you, don't want to pay you, feel like you too much for you, all that. That means that they're not for you. But also, these are the things that are part of the assignment to getting where that is. And if I don't talk to you all about it and tell you all about it and be real about the experiences and application, then you get this false sense of things. You get this unrealistic expectation. The time for that is out. It is out. The people need to know that people going to try to handle you. People going to try to do anything. People need to know that service is real. How you speak to people, how you follow up. And when I say how you speak to people, I'm dead serious. You cannot get yourself on the phone, straight up out the bed, ain't wash your face, ain't brush your teeth, calling somebody on the FMCSA website talking about, hey, this Lily, do you need a dispatcher? I'm a dispatcher. Do you need somebody to dispatch you? No, ma'am. No, sir. Customer service is still real, even more so now. Because when you clock into somebody's job, they have a requirement. How you need to dress, how you need to speak, what time you need to do it, how long you need to do it for, and they're going to pay you to do those things. When you go into entrepreneurship, guess what? It is you. And if you do not represent yourself well, you're going to be broke, you're going to be miserable, and it's not going to be a good thing for you. And you're going to be clocking back in talking about entrepreneurship ain't nothing. You ain't making no money. Understand this. When you are an entrepreneur, everything is on you. Everything. The customer service, the admin, the marketing, the janitor, the lights, the cleanup, the posting online, the social, everything is on you. See, when you was clocking in for Buddy, helping him, making him millions, this part right here, he had already done. We need to understand and know it is real. It can be done, but there is work. You don't get away from the work. You do not get away from the work. Please know it. Please understand it. I'm in a phase now of scale up. I am offering my 24 years of service, packaging in it, putting for those who need it, for those who want it, for those who believe and want to get to the next thing. I am in a season of scale up because I understand, and if you haven't heard it before, heard me say it before, just being an independent dispatcher is not going to yield you financial results that you're looking for. However, if you build yourself a team, if you know what your scale up is, and some of you who are just coming in, you can scale up right now. What have you done? What do? You make t-shirts? Well, guess what? When you take on a carrier, you send him a cup. You send him a t-shirt with his logo on it and say, hey, this is what I do. Thank you so much for allowing me to take care of your business needs. You hear me? You create documents. Well, you know what? Hey, fellow dispatcher, hey, you coming into the business? Here, I can create this for you. I can do this for you. I can make this for you. What? You are an attorney? You are you do taxes? Well, hey, look here, Mr. Carrier. I want to take you on. However, I have a auditing business, whatever you call it, where you do the taxes. I can help you keep your books. For this right here, you pay me this right here, I handle this, and then I will do your dispatching needs for 8% instead of 10% if you pay me this $800 for this service right here. This is what I want to teach you. I want to find what you want to do and help you get there. That is a gift that God has given me for whatever reason. What you say? You was out here on the street selling your body? Well, baby, you was already an entrepreneur. Let me help you scale your business. Come up the corner, and you work now from your computer in here, and you got your clients coming through right here. There's always something that we can do, even if it's not in this industry. I come from 24 years of industries, and none of them were this. But I found my lane, no pun intended, in the transportation industry. You hear me? What you say? You're an independent dispatcher now? You do hair? Oh, okay. So I'm going to need you, hairdresser, barber. I'm going to need you to create you a situation on Booksy, whatever it is that you do. And you need to say, hey, I'm going to the truck drivers. I go to the truck stop. I'm going to leave my car. I'm going to come to the truck stop, and I'm going to do nails. I'm going to do haircuts, and I'm going to do hair. My appointment times are going to be from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. because I know that the carrier came in. I know he got to do, he or she got to do their 10 hours. So guess what? They're going to sleep for 5. I'm going to fry down and lay their hair to the side for this right here, and they're going to be ready to roll. You got to put, everybody has something that they can do. They have a gift that is in them, and I'm going to help you pull it out. I don't care what it is. You could be a lizard lot. I'm going to help you get your LLC, and you get some credentials under selling that tail. You do hair, you do nails. There is something that you can do that can scale up, that will take you to the level that you want to be on. But like I'm understanding and have to learn, everything ain't going to be free. And if it is going to be free, and I'm not saying this as a setup. I don't even like how that came out. Like, oh, I'm talking good. I'm going to set them up and I'm about to pitch them on something. I ain't about to pitch you nothing right now. What I'm talking about is the reality. Those people who got to 100 there, those people who got to 1,000 there, those people who got to multi-thousands, 6, 7, 8, to all those figures, they went through steps. And let me tell you something, because I just had to make an investment that I ain't even have. But I had to do it. $6,000 I had to pay somebody to help me focus on my stuff and coach me to where I need to be. You know what that $6,000 investment is going to get me to? The 6 figures. And then I'm going to have to get in deeper with that coach so I can get to 100,000 now, and then millionaire, and then billionaire, several 100,000, whatever, the numbers. I'm not good at math. But there are things that I need to take me there. And there are places that I've been that I can now walk others through, and most of them I already did, but I had to focus them, write them down. I got all of these notebooks full of things. I had all of the things. When you want to look at some of my stuff now, you're going to say, what is this? What she got all of these commercials and all of this stuff on here? Because I'm no longer going to pay for things that I'm not benefiting from. What's the basic? What the basic is? Well, I was paying $149.99. Ain't nobody buying it like that. Let me get that $9.99, $5.99 for the free. If you go in there and you talk trash about it, guess what? Buy something, and then I can move up to the $12.99. I can move up to the $20. But I was doing all the things and doing so much because I was uninformed and I was unaware, and I was on the outside looking in on a lot of things. And although I still don't agree with some of the things that people want to do and want to charge for and don't want to be available and give you recycled and refurbished information, I ain't never gonna be that. Oh, however, there is things that we got to do. There are relationships and networking opportunities that we must build. And there's just I just want those who come in contact with me to be the greatest. Whatever that greatness is. Sometimes we need somebody to talk to focus our thoughts, to help us get the things together and do the things. Huh? Okay, thank you. Just the things. And I just wanted to come on here today and just talk to y'all because I wasn't in the frame of mind to do so. But honey, I had to roll in the flow, get on my knees, roll on my face, and let it be free. You know, I had to free myself from it because I knew the assignment. Now, knocking the wind out you, it ain't the fun part of the assignment. Oh my God. But it is. And there is nothing better than having somebody who, has been knocked down, has been there, has been in that position to be able to call and cry and say, hey, because I didn't have that. I didn't have that. I almost had to suffer in silence. And then there are some things that I don't want to say, that I don't want to tell people because you have to watch. You have to watch. And I don't play those kind of games. Y'all will not find me on here with the sob story. Yeah. And then I'm coming on here with, listen, I need for you to go and buy. I want you to do things because you want to. I want you to support me because you want to. I want you to be interacting with me and want more from me because of what I have presented, and I have built that trust, and I have showed myself to be friendly. Show myself to be what it is that you need to enhance your life. I don't want to be a hindrance. I don't want to be a sob story. I don't want to be none of that. I just want to do what I'm purposed to do. I want to reap what I'm supposed to reap, and I want to put that towards what it is that I need and how I need. I don't want to be the sad case. I should never be on here and having my bills in my life contingent on whether or not you all buy something, you all have something. Because baby, I would be homeless, hopeless, all of the less, minus all of that. Hey, KT. So I wanted to come on and talk about, reality, receipts, and the next move. So I'm making sure, hi, Marian, do you have an email or someone I can contact you? I'm a new dispatcher and I wanted to chat with you. Oh, come on. What is it? YouTube? I do. Now, hold on. Let me see. This is my first time getting on YouTube. So, yes, I'm sorry, Miss Ma'am. And if you come back later, I'm going to put the message. emmteenest.com. Send me, when you go on our website, you can leave me a thing on there and I can contact you back and we can talk. But yes, so y'all, I'm looking now, make sure I was able to copy. Oh, Marian, let me send you that. And yeah, and and it's been something. But I want y'all to know. I know it, KT. I said, "Ooh, Lord, but come on, I gotta come back out swinging. I got to come back out because I know." And KT, girl, you my girl. This is one of the women that just be like, "Girl, let me tell you something. I sent you something. You better not send it back." That's the type of stuff that I need sometimes. Or somebody say, You know what, y'all all right? That's why I said something. Y'all all right? You know, I'm just trying to make sure, but I don't want to be, too much. But this next move, this next thing I'm trying to do, I've already, written it out, but I gotta, sometimes in your business, y'all, you gotta just step out. I ain't gonna lie, I be real scared about stuff, especially when it comes. This was another reason why I put those receipts. This is another reason. This was my follow up. Why I put that post yesterday, and I said, if I present something, pretty much what it said, are you going to support it? Because as you all see, I have been scarred in the free setting. I have been scarred in the request setting. I've been scarred. So now it does something to you. It makes you not want to ask for anything, or it makes you feel like what you want to ask for is going to be rejected. Like, who are you? But I'm realizing and I'm learning and I'm understanding that ain't who I'm for. That the person or the people with that kind of mindset, they are for my free pages, which they still gonna get, some goodness, and that's fine, because you never stop building trust. And another thing that I noticed too, that I write down and try to be mindful of is sometimes you haven't said what somebody wants. You haven't done what somebody needs. So it's not that they don't support or don't want to support you. You just ain't got there yet. You just ain't said nothing that they said, oh, I need that. Oh, I want that. Yeah. So thank you so much. So yeah, I wanted to share that with y'all today and just show y'all that, all of that glitz and glam and all of that wonderfulness and all of that. And that's probably another reason why I'm not so big on titles, because we see a whole lot of titles out here that ain't living up to them. I'm trying to put me in the game, coach. My coach, she say that she gonna break me from out of this title situation. So she always calls me Coach Marian E. King, Coach Marian E. King. Coach, she just consistently calls me that. But I told her, I'm more so a conversationalist, but she was like, and that's real cute. But you can tell somebody that after they call you coach, because if you say you just want to have a conversation with me, that means you don't want to be paid enough. You just want to sit and talk to me. So that's the things that I'm learning, but it's more so not what I know how to do, but all of the things, the names and the titles and the qualifications. Sometimes you don't feel like you qualified, but then you have to remind yourself, those who only, my God, he qualifies whom he chooses. Yes? Okay. All right, y'all. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Just make sure that there was a clear understanding that if you want to talk with me or you need things from me, it's me, Marian E. King, or Emmteenestlogistics, but I'm going to make the change, make some changes on that, because that's what I'm trying to get that back to the point where it's just my for carriers and stuff. But for that right now, Emmteenestlogistics education is something different. So if you want anything from Marian or talk to me or me to do anything, contact me. Email me. My email, you can go to my website and send me a message, www.emmteenest.com. Or you can send me a message thing on here. And let me tell y'all something else. I've been learning. Y'all see, I'm on 3 platforms or something right now, and I've been learning some things. I've also been learning how to automate. One of the things that I spoke about a few weeks ago, but it was about barriers. And letting people know that you're not gonna get access to me whenever you get ready. My office hours are like Big Red from the 5 Heartbeats. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Anything outside of that, we'll have a conversation about. And I really began to notice the disrespect when I did that. Even when I have a thing set up when you send me a message on Facebook, because it's supposed to, initially be for carriers, but I go through and read it and respond. But I have people who go to that, they bypass it. I don't respond because you don't respect what I'm asking you to do. When you first pop on and say, hey, how you doing? It says, hey, KT, how you doing? Hey, January, how you doing? Thank you so much for reaching out. If you need a dispatcher, put that right here. Put your equipment. If you need a one-on-one, you need to tell me that right there. And if you need whatever, You bypass all of that and say, I need to talk to you. I need you to call me and leave your phone number. I'm leaving you on red because it's only me. Y'all see? It's only me. So you don't get to personally say, I'm going to contact you, and you're going to do it on my time, and you don't get to do that no more because boundaries have been set. And if you have that type of access to me, you're going to know it, but you don't get to debo me. And this is one of the things that I'll be talking about. I'll be harping on. I mentioned it in the books. This is my business. You carrier, broker, whoever you are soliciting and need business from me, just like I need business from you. However, if I don't like you, I don't like what you're presenting, and you don't respect what I'm presenting concerning my business, we ain't doing no business. Because Khadijah don't need you. Huh? Queen Latifah. Living single. Real talk. So, and these are the things that I want to talk to people about, prepare people about. We can learn and we can grow, we can move it together. We can learn from one another. I need some things. I'm looking at myself as getting into a position where at some point I'm just going to talk. But right now, guess what? I got to talk. I got to turn on all the cameras. I got to do all the admin work. I got to be my own virtual assistant. I got to do my own cold calling. I got to do all of the things. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So it is okay. And I wanted to also show the receipts. So, because people seem to think that, she had a following of $700. Oh, she making some money. Oh, like they want a pocket count. Want to count your pocket. That's why y'all will always see the receipts from me, because I'm here to debunk. Not on purpose. That's just how it happens. But we need to know the truth. We got to keep it real, and we have to understand that it is a process. You don't get around it. You can't buck it. You can pay it away if you got that kind of money. And even then, me personally, I don't want somebody else to know more about my business or know more about a function in my business than I do. Because when you don't want to do it no more, you want to take it away, or you take my whole situation, guess what? I'm back at square one looking the fool. Now I might not do the function, but show me what's going on. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to show. So I'll talk about the receipts. Some of the receipts are, the receipts of how the book sales went, help out with the pocket watching. It didn't. Even though it's very necessary and needed, it didn't. The $6 group, it didn't. It did not. It did. There's 32 people in there. There were like 30 something, but people who signed up for it, I sent repeated reminders to pay the $6 invoice. They did not. There's a whole lot of things that you can't worry about. You just got to do what you got to do. It's not paid on the such and such. You are removed. We don't have to do all that explaining. That's a task that I have taken off. You don't have to tell grown people nothing. You do not. And what helped me with the lesson is those same people or others, when they want something, they gonna come looking for you on their time and then figure out that you ain't there no more. And then they can all of a sudden find you to question you about a decision you decided to make. So we gotta work that thing like they're working. You're not gonna kill me. You're not gonna kill me. You don't pay enough to kill me. Yeah, you pay a hitman to knock somebody off. You think you get the person to kill me? But anyway, so one of them is about the book sales. How many books have sold since May the 13th when it came out until now, which is 23. So the total payment, and let's talk about that 23. Here I go again about the disrespect, but not letting other people tell you what you're worth. I put the book out for $15. I know the book is more than that. I had people hit me up saying, oh, I would buy it if it wasn't so expensive. I would buy, but it ain't that price. But how you charging that price and it's an ebook? How you, all of the things. So that did something to me. So I dropped the book price down to $7.99. The same people who said that did not make a purchase. I put the book on sale for $5 because it still wasn't making a move. So that moved to 7. I put it to put it on sale for $5. Maybe 7 people bought it at the $5 price, but still not the people who said I would buy it if it was cheaper. I put it back to $7.99. I just made the 23rd sale. So it's just lessons. It's things that I'm learning. And I'm actually about to transform that whole thing. So if they didn't get it on this here, what I'm about to turn it into is so necessary for us. It's something that we can use and that we can have, and it'll be used in a better space. But I went on ahead and kicked it out now because it's something that people who are getting into it now, who are moving now, they need it right now. Another one of the receipts is what I was getting paid from the amounts that I was making with the box truck carrier. Excuse me, the amounts that I was making for them and the percentage that I was making a week. You can look through those. These are also in the book, Marian in the Box Truck. And it shows when I was kicking down between almost $5,000 or more, with them a week, how my paychecks was like my payments were almost $400. And then you can see on there where some of them was like, you can see where I got paid from brokers. You can see where I got paid from doing the loads for them for Amazon. You can see where I got paid from the factoring company. These are not all of them because I ain't had that much space, but it's just the point. I want people to know that you got to hustle. You got to work. You got to work it. And this is what I know from my 24 years, and this is what I have experienced, and I can implement that. So you can work it through from there. I'm going to get the link for you right now. I'm going to get the link for Marian, and I'm going to get the link for Fats. So yeah, I need to make sure that y'all know. I don't want nobody to come in contact with me, and I'm on here with the fluff. I don't want to be fluffing nobody. I don't want to be scamming nobody. I don't want to be saying just enough for people to get hyped up and ready to shout, and then I'm coming through with the offer and trade. No, we need to know the reality of the situation. We need to know, because let me tell you what this is doing. This is teaching. This is showing understanding. And this is also helping you watch the steps that I take, because I'll hold on to these videos. And in a few months, because I'm going to say in a few months, because that's how I feel. That's how confident I feel the move going to happen. I'm going to be able to go back and I'm going to keep these. And these are references. So you know what? You was down. Ooh, you was down and their foot was on your neck. But I'm coming out. Oh yes. ISS. Oh yes. So I'm going to get these links. Log in. Marian, I'm going to get the thing for you for the $6 group. Square. Yeah. So I let go of a lot of the things that I had because I was just kicking out more than I was bringing in and trying to help. But it is well. That is for sure. It is well. Amen. Amen. I'm getting the links for y'all now. So I'm going to, I think I responded to the young lady right there on YouTube. So I'm gonna close that out. Let me get these links in here. January, I know that you had something that you wanted to. Yeah, the $25 group, Marian, is closed. Let's talk about that. I had people that jumped. They got in there. This is my thing. I need you to be active. So that one is closed. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to actually do a whole new situation. And I'm going to be giving, because I have actually, and it's not going to be $25. I'm going to go ahead and say that now, because I have operated and created a whole new situation and a whole curriculum for what I want to tell people and teach people. So I got like two notebooks of that. So y'all close that, but the $6 one is still open. And it's still valuable. We still get the stuff, and then I just had to stop, doing it a certain kind of way. Invoice transaction. Let me look over here. Can you inbox me the book as well? I sure will, January. Let me send. Facts. Did you want the link for both books, or is there a specific one? I got you, Marian. Understood. I know you do. I'll just put both links, Facts, and then whichever one you want to get. you know, they'll be there. And then I'm gonna send this to Marian. And oh, here, there's another receipt on here about the book. So the book, I put the receipt. So the book, this show you. The books, I had 23 sales for the books. But I have, because I could see the logistics, the statistics, whatever you call these things. Let me put this. And there are 778 impressions. That means that 775, I think, people, you know, hit the link. 440 something reads. And reads means that people went to it, they looked at it, they clicked on the arrow, and then that's when the arrow told them they needed to buy it, so they left. So I told all of those numbers in 23 sales. So it is not easy. It is not easy. Wait, okay. Not easy. And I'm not gonna fool anybody and try to make them think that it is. When it's good, y'all know I'm gonna tell you it's good. When it ain't, I'm gonna tell you that too. Because we cannot play the unrealistic expectations gotta stop. Okay, so there's both links for both books. Fats, and I'm gonna get the other link for you for the $6 group on Facebook. As y'all know, right, if you're not in the group, I've been put leads in there when I get decent ones. And I also been doing this thing with the FMCSA website, because I don't know if y'all been looking at it lately, but the FMCSA website been tripping. They done did some kind of updates. And I don't know what's going on inside of my mouth. Now they have all of these dates, but they don't hardly have anybody available or ready to call. So I've been going on there daily and creating a list and writing down the dates when they're available. So when these people are ready to be called, I'm going to flood the Facebook group with it, so people can call. My lips just dry. So people can get, you know, I'm not going to vet them. I'm just going to tell them that they're ready and ready to be called, so people can move. I try to do all that I can to make it as, you know, as hassle-free as possible. I know I'm not going to be able to do everything, but the things that I can do, I will. You know, just because that's just who I am. And I know that people are not going on the FMCSA website. I know that some people don't know how. And I don't want to leave anybody in a position to tell you to go do something, but not tell you how. So things that are also in the book too. 6, there you go. So yeah, so I'm looking now, just checking for questions, concerns. Let's see, I'm gonna check out. Here we go. Copy. Okay, here you go. Marian, that's the link to the group. All right, y'all. So thank y'all so much for giving me this much of y'all time. I greatly appreciate y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye, YouTube.